Today, let us solve some numericals on Rankine cycle. The problem is like this. The following data refers to a simple steam power plant. Using these data, we need to calculate power output of the turbine, heat transfer per hour in the boiler and condenser separately, and thirdly, mass of cooling water circulated per hour in the condenser. So these are the three things we need to calculate using this table. Now let us have a look at the solution here. So first thing we need to do here is, after reading the question, we need to draw this Rankine cycle and assign proper notations. So the cycle consists of turbine, this condenser, pump and boiler. Okay, let us find out the first one, which is power output of the turbine. So to calculate the power output of the turbine, I have used the formula power output of the turbine equal to H1 minus H2 multiplied by the MS. MS is nothing but mass flow rate of the steam. H1 and H2 are these two parts, which means that enthalpy at these 2 points, H1 minus H2, which will give you the drop in enthalpy during the turbine, and multiplied by the mass flow rate will give you the power output of the turbine. So here we have to know the value of H1 and H2. H1 value how to know is, he has given the condition of steam at H1, I mean 1. So at this condition 1, we need to find out the enthalpy using the steam table I have calculated here. Similarly, at point 2, which is at pressure 0.1 bar, I need to calculate the enthalpy, which is H2. Remember here, at point 1, the condition of steam is superheated, and at point 2, the condition of steam is wet steam. That is the reason why I have used the term called dryness fraction here. So by finding out the H1 and H2 value at point 1 and 2 using steam table, I can easily calculate the power output of the turbine using this formula. Similarly, second one we need to calculate here is heat transfer per hour in the boiler and condenser, which means that Q1, that is amount of heat added to the boiler, and Q2 is amount of heat rejected from the condenser. These two Q1 and Q2 value we need to calculate. Let us have a look at here. The formula I have used here to calculate the heat transfer per hour in the boiler is HA minus HF4. What is HA here? See, the steam whatever which comes out of the boiler immediately will have the different condition and the steam which enters the turbine, because in order to transfer the steam from boiler to turbine, there will be some pressure loss. You can observe here, the steam which comes out of the boiler immediately is having the pressure 65 bar and 400 degrees Celsius, and steam which enters the turbine, before it entering the turbine, the condition is 60 bar and 380 bar. There is a little bit of loss between boiler and turbine. So in order to calculate the heat transfer per hour in the boiler, I have used the formula HA minus HF4 into, which is multiplied by the mass flow rate. That is, mass flow rate is 10,000 kg per hour. He has given in the table, you can observe. So using this formula, I can calculate the heat transfer per hour in the boiler using this formula. And next thing I have to calculate here is Q2 value, which means heat transfer per hour in the condenser. The similar formula, just the notation changes. I mean that Q2, instead of writing Q2, he has written it as Q1 and make it Q2. Okay, Q2 is nothing but heat rejected in the condenser. Okay, so using this formula H2 minus HF3, I can calculate the Q2 value, which is heat rejected in the condenser. And third one, mass of cooling water circulated per hour in the condenser. We know that heat lost by steam equal to heat gained by the cooling water in the condenser. It's very obvious, it is energy balance equation. Whatever the heat lost by steam, which is equal to heat gained by the cooling water in the condenser. Using this equation, I can easily calculate the MW, that is mass of cooling water circulated per hour in the condenser. And fourth one, diameter of the pipe connecting the turbine with the condenser D. So that diameter D of the pipe which is connecting to the condenser we need to calculate. So for that I need to remember this formula. On what basis we have derived this formula is nothing but it is the discharge continuity equation. Pi by 4 d square into c which is equal to mg x2 vg2. That means that pi by 4 d square is nothing but area. C is nothing but velocity. That means area into velocity which is equal to discharge. So using this formula I need to calculate diameter of the pipe which is equal to 0.483 meter or 483 mm. So this is about the solution of the given problem.